Nice fighting talk. So you said that you would always naughty. Has this always been like even since childhood?
Yeah, I would say a little bit. Look, first of all, my growing up hasn't been like the best growing. I never grew up like your normal kid. I grew up with my uncle.
Okay.
He had a girlfriend, and he would work from 6 to 6. His girlfriend would pretty much abuse us.
Yeah.
Most of the time we'd be at home.
So I know you have a brother.
I've got a brother and a sister, so
Okay.
It was first me and my sister.
Okay.
It was so bad that I kind of had to run away for a month. I was homeless for a month because they abused me, like they abused us. She was very abusive in a way. And I'd say that's what kind of built me in a mentality of a man that I became today, because I had to grow mentally in a young age. I had to become a man in the age of 12.
Yeah.
I had to make sure that my sister, is well looked after, is fed well, everything is perfect for her in the age of 12. So for me, I'd say I was built. And I'm in a time I'd look at it as a curse, for now I kind of look at it as a blessing, because it made me a man that I am today. So I appreciate it, and it's a journey that I've gone through, like I said on the mic today, an obstacle that I faced in life. In that case, just fuck all, nothing.
Yeah. Can you delve into that? Some of the obstacles that you face in terms of, this is obviously coming from the DRC.
Yeah.
Do you want to delve into that? Like
Yeah, we can.
That you face coming through?
I've never been ashamed of talking of telling people because it's a story of my life. It's always motivating me to go
beyond.
So coming in SA, I did not fly in SA in a plane because I don't have a passport. Never had a passport. It was a bus, a taxi, a walk. You understand? Walk through a bush. Just trying to make way to get as a refugee will get in a country. And getting in a country, you don't know the language, you don't know the people, it's only you and your sister. And this guy that brought you in Joburg, in Musina, 5 o'clock in the morning is like, man, as a man is going to come pick you up here. An 11 and a half, 10-year-old with a 6-year-old sister, living both of them in a park, cold, freezing. Man left just there, chilled there for 7-8 hours. A random guy comes out of nowhere. He's like, "Oh, you this and this, take care." And he looked after us. I was grateful for that man, because he looked after us for about 4 or 5 months, and then he couldn't, because he's like, "No, I don't have the finance, and where I am currently, my landlord is kind of going at me because I've got 2 extra people in the house, so I can't look after you guys." And from there, obviously, moved into PE, and in PE, that's when I moved with my uncle, I'd say. And I thought maybe from here, at least life is going to be a bit nice, better. And he was a security. So obviously security, you need to leave the house 5 in the morning. And he had a girlfriend. His girlfriend, he had 2 kids. And that's where life began. In the age of 11, I started to realize, because I've watched a couple of Nigerian movies of how kids are being abused on TV. I'm like, that's not going to be us, man. Nah, man. And you're starting to leave it now. And you're like, geez, is this how it feels? Really, like, enjoy it as much as you can, but you get to that level where you couldn't anymore. The worst incident happened to me is she got upset. Not even the worst. That's like one of the worst.
Okay.
I would say she got upset. She's cooking chicken, frying oil, everything. She got upset. I don't know why she was getting upset for. She made me pick up something on the floor. She took the pan, dropped it on my head. It was, there was a moment where she got upset. She wanted to kill herself for some reason, and gave me money to go buy her medicine. My uncle was like, "No, don't give the money. Don't go buy medicine." So obviously I'll have to listen to the guy that's paying the bill in the house. And she's like, "No, give me the money. I'll go buy it myself." And my uncle was like, "No, don't give the money." And then she came to me, bit my hand, cut my hand open. I've got a scar in my hand that reminds me of
that day.
Of that day. I've lived it all. Like being hit with a hammer in the head, being beaten up every day. First of all, moving to SA, for the first 5 years, I never went to school because she didn't want to put us to school. But the kids were going to school. We were practically maid, cleaning the house, cooking, washing, doing everything. And it gets to a point you're like, I can't, man. I can't. And I didn't want to run away, but I'm like, I kind of have to, because I just need a bit of. I felt like the street was the peace. It was very peaceful, more than actually being at home. And ran away, but I left my sister. But I was not far, because I kind of had to keep my eye on my sister.
Close to her,
she didn't know where I was, which funny because as I ran away, I left the house for a month. They never bothered to call my parents back in DRC to tell them that I was missing. Every time my parents would call and ask, how's my kids? They're like, nah, they're good.
They're fine.
They're fine. So, yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a journey. That's why my life has been. It's a lot of people would have given up. Would have been like, nah, I'm done. I would rather die. Sleeping in an abandoned car for a month, and the only way you can eat, I would go to ShopRite. Where they cut bread, the machine that cuts bread. There's a drawer on the bottom. I'd pull that shit, have a plastic, get all the crust, put it in there, eat that, bottle of water. That's a meal for the day. And what's next? Just wait and hope God can look after you, man. Yeah. So it's been a hell of a life. It's been a hell of a journey. Yeah.
So like when life is that tough. And like now, obviously, you know that you wanna take in, like, obviously your sister to not go through that. Like, what's the beam of hope that keeps you going, even with all these obstacles?
Look, honestly, I say God kept me going. God, because as a kid, I had no motivation.
Yeah,
I had given up. For me to leave the house to go sleep in the street in an abandoned car every single day, I'd wake up 5 a.m. because I don't want to get caught in that car. Yeah. Because the owner of the car, I knew the owner of the cars, and so every morning I'd wake up 5 o'clock. When I'm hearing the birds die, I'm up. I'm like, so now I'm gonna start roaming around the whole day. So I give God the glory, man, because he kept me motivated. He kept me going. He just kept me, because I don't know where I would be without God today. I don't know.
Damn. So like with that, like obviously finding. I mean, you did say like you were pretty naughty growing up, and also like kind of finding the streets as an escape. Why didn't the other part of the streets attract you? What kept you going in terms of like the positive side then?
I say the positive side has been my sister, because my sister because my younger sister is right after me. I'm the second born. She's the third born, and for me, what I've experienced with her, the journey to come to SA that's the one thing that bonded the both of us and made us very close. She's the best friend. She's everything I have up until now. Like, I'm closer to her than I've ever been, even with my father, with anybody else in the family. I'm very close to my sister. So my sister's always been kept. I would say that she's the person that kept me on a positive side, because I wanted to see her fine. I wanted to see her all right. I wanted to see her that she's doing okay. I didn't care about how I was doing.
How you are,
I didn't give her. For me, I didn't like. I even left the part away. Back then, obviously, it was in a location area, in the schools they give them bread, for lunchtime, and bread and jam and butter.
Yeah.
So it's so worse that I would go pick up some of those leftover bread. Some of them are very dry. Biting a bread is breaking in your hand, and I'll bring her some so she can eat as well. So for me, it was more her than about me. Yeah. So I cared more to think about her. I did not really think about myself to even think about. Like, for me, it didn't really matter. Like, what do I want to do? What's happening on my life? Like, why am I in the street?
Yeah.
So for me, it was, I want her to do fine. I don't want her to go through what she's doing in the house. But I even trying to ask for my mom's number so I can call my mother. They said no. You understand? No, we're gonna contract your mom. We're talking to your mom, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So I would say she played a major role in kind of keeping me in check in a way.
Dang. Yeah, like that must be. I mean, like carrying that responsibility at that young age, like it obviously like toughens you up very young. And obviously like also did the perspective of the world then shape you differently? How the world is, or was it a matter of like, you know what, you're gonna find a way to make everything come together? Yeah,
for me, I think growing up like that, because I always had to find a way. I always had to make a way. I always had to.
At the end of the day.
Like every day you wake up, you're like, okay, like let's hustle.
Yeah.
Let's hustle. So for me, that's been the toughest part of my life. And then when the world started throwing things at you, I was like, let's go. Let's keep moving, man.
Dust it off and get back
Let's
up.
Let's go, yeah.